Right, time now for the AM news. The Ashanti Region Police have moved to Santasi Kokobeng to investigate the robbery incident that led to the death of a private security guard. This is the latest in a series of robbery incidents and gruesome murders in the region. We'll bring you more on this story shortly, but first, let's take a look at a catalogue of incidents reported from the Ashanti region this year alone. The latest is the Santasi Kokobeng incident. The night security man, 49-year-old Bosompim and was found with stab wounds and his hands tied behind him at his duty post. The robbers are alleged to have bolted with a cash amount of 97,000 cedis and a power generator from 2 shops they robbed. But there's a July incident where 24-year-old Angela Juma was attacked at Maxima Junction in Kumasi, and it's suspected that there were armed robbers involved. She was shot and killed. In September, final year student of Opong Memorial SHS Richard Epia was also stabbed by some youth of Kokofu. He died as well. The latest we have on that is 3 teenagers have been arrested in connection with that murder. In October, a Tonsu branch of the Adansi Rural Bank in Kumasi was attacked, also by armed robbers. Now, 37-year-old Alex Opoku-Chinefo, a private security man, was shot. He was later found dead the following morning with his hands and legs tied behind him. And then again in October, a man attacks 3 people in 2 days. So he saw his best friend dating his fiancée in a dream. One of the 3 died after enduring pains from machete wounds. 47-year-old man, Kweju Edusei, was the suspect in that case. In October again, a pregnant woman at Nyancheniase was stabbed multiple times by his husband in the presence of the 6-year-old son. 44-year-old Maxwell Bwedu is alleged to be the suspect. In this case, the woman died. Again in October, a woman inflicted machete wounds in the head and lower abdomen of her son in the presence of 3 other children. The 30-year-old Hannah Kuya Ifrie was the suspect in that case. Then, in that case, there was a death involved. The suspect has been arrested and referred to the Ankafo Psychiatric Hospital for assessment. So the latest is a Santasi Kokobeng incident. The night security man, 49-year-old Bosompim Ando, was found with stab wounds and his hand tied behind him at his duty post. The robbers are alleged to have bolted with cash of 97,000 cedis and a power generator from 2 shops they robbed. Law firm's Erastus Sasaradonko has more.
The late Ando Bosompim washed vehicles in the day and worked as a night security man. I've worked with him for 10 years. We've all been here washing vehicles.
We understand that when they came in this morning, this iron garage gate had been broken and was suspended up here. The door has also been forcibly opened. You could see blood on the floor in front of the shop here, signaling that they might have killed him in front of the shop and dragged him inside the shop because the body was found lying in here with blood spread all over the floor of the shop here.
Oti Steven is manager of A2 Enterprise, dealers in aluminium products. I was told this morning that robbers have broken into my shop. When they called me, I told them to call the police. The gates had been opened when we got in. My security man had been killed and dragged inside the office. He was lying in this pool of blood. They took away a safe containing money and a power generator.
And when they found him, his hands had been tied with a piece of cloth, which is lying in front here. And then he had been gagged in the mouth with a scarf, which is also lying here with blood on it. And there was blood all over the floor, as you can see right now. So the body was lying over here.
Upstairs, the suspected robbers are alleged to have broken into this private ECG and Ghana water vending shop and made away with 8,000 cedis. Maxwell Menu is the attendant here.
Yeah, no more. One for Monsan can be beer, but you see, the remaining money 8,000 Ghana cedis.
They stole monies valued at 8,000 cedis. They include ECG and Ghana Water funds stored in these drawers.
Yeah, you keep on so 7 months transfer and send their command money run. So you buy no way, I'm up draw and you sending any no my door, my scam.
Cocoa Bay, I can't catch my woman. Man come home. Na near me badinye. A near day. A more dear city than ye. If he say, a boy, ya, Miss Rabo, I'll catch my woman. Man come home.
Tia Bompa, see, we are buying a boy and Kibia. About what checkpoints, Biama, any way, and I was a hacker creating.
This is what we have gathered so far. The police have been here. They've taken the body away, and investigations have begun. Reporting for Joy News, Erastus Asaredonko, Kumasi.
Now, President Akufo-Addo has reiterated his resolve to ensure reliable, stable power supply in the country, saying electricity must be seen as a basic necessity enjoyed by Ghanaians everywhere. He is convinced ongoing improvement in power supply will permanently erase doomsday from the Ghanaian society. Commissioning the 330 kilovolts of power at the Pokwasi bulk supply point, estimated at $47 million. The president said government's quest to develop the country through industrialization will not succeed if electricity supply is not guaranteed.
Project which not only gives us the assurance of stable power supply, but also reminds us of how far we have come from the days of widespread power outages and the phenomenon of doomsday, which brought us so much discomfort and inconvenience and brought businesses to their knees. Those were truly dark days, literally speaking, and we must continue to keep them behind us. Ladies and gentlemen, any country that aspires to industrialize with the overarching goal of guaranteeing a decent quality of life for its people must ensure that its citizens have access to stable, efficient, and affordable power supply. Electricity is no longer a luxury, but rather in this age, a basic necessity. And we must commit ourselves to working hard to ensure that we achieve universal coverage in this country as soon as possible to spur economic growth. The Akufo-Addo government remains fully committed to ensuring safe, stable, and affordable power supply in this country. As we focus on realizing the Ghana Beyond the Date agenda, which has industrialization as its crown jewel, it is imperative that we pursue this goal with dogged determination to help ensure that every nook and country of this country has access to electricity as soon as possible as the main driver of our vision. I'm confident that we are on the right path, and with God on our side, I believe strongly that we shall succeed in this enterprise.
The project funded by the United States government through the Millennium Development Authority is the largest in the country. Deputy Energy Minister Dr. Amina Adam said though there are challenges, the ministry is working to ensure a resilient power sector.
It is a proud achievement that will no doubt bring so much relief to consumers within its catchment area. But beyond Pokwasi, I am also happy to report that the Kasua bulk supply point project is finalized, providing further assurances of stable and reliable power supply to consumers. Across board, in the power generation, transmission, and distribution areas, we are working hard to ensure synergy between the three. And this project is ample testimony of the work we are doing to develop the linkages between these three sectors, so we can prevent technical and financial losses, and to ensure that challenges such as power theft are eliminated or cut down to the barest minimum. Negotiations on power purchase agreements with the independent power producers are also underway to ensure the taxpayer gets value for money. In renewable energy, ladies and gentlemen, we continue to make strides towards ensuring viability in our energy mix, whilst ensuring that the integrity of our environment is preserved.
The paramount chief of the Aflao traditional area, Togbi Jonu Gaga Amenya Fiti, has given the government a 4-month ultimatum to operationalize the abandoned Eblock Community Day Senior High School in his community. The school, which is almost 90% complete, has some 26 classrooms and 5 departments, including a science block. Construction has stalled since 2016. Speaking to the minority side on the Education Committee, who are on tour of the abandoned E-blocks, the chief demanded the operationalization of the school by the next academic year.
After senior high education, primary to the senior high education, the next degree that my people have to do is to go to border and go and do Kayayo. No school. The only school that we have again is the RC Senior High School that belongs to the Catholic Mission. And it's now a minor seminary. So this thick population have no place to go. And people sit down in that big hall called Parliament without thinking of Aflao, a place after the Tema Harbour. The next revenue generation is from Aflao border. It's from Aflao border. And I have to push the former President Mahama for that structure to be constructed over there. I have to be running from here to Accra. Begging. Should we beg for education? No. There's something happening. If we have to beg for education before our people can go to school, then I don't know what is called a democracy at all. I look at the structure standing over there. 90% finished. Yeah.
The deputy ranking on the Education Committee, Dr. Clemente Park, is also demanding a detailed breakdown of how the $1.5 million approved by Parliament to facilitate the completion of critical educational projects was used.
We have enough. I mean, you can imagine. It has now become a farm, abandoned. People are harvesting. You see, they say snakes, bandicoots, grass cutters, and you can see public resources wasted. And students are waiting to go to school. Our schools are overcrowded. Classrooms are overcrowded.
Yeah, so far, would you say this is the worst you've seen on this trip?
Well, it is only the worst because if you look at the magnitude of work and the physical environment, it's very depressing because tiling has been done, electricals have been fixed, plans were definitely in place to work on fixtures like windows and doors. And it has been abandoned. And we are being told that the last time a contractor showed up here was 3 years ago. And it is very clear, it's evident. Is that the best way to use public resources? Don't Ghanaians deserve better? Are we not punishing the future of this nation? Is it okay for us to have overcrowded schools when we have schools that can take in excess of 1,000 students each? Each of the E-blocks can take in excess of 1,000 Ghana students.
Now, on our Joy Clean Ghana campaign, AMA officials have stormed a pigsty operating illegally at Kamara in the Eblock South district. For 30 years, residents in the area have had to endure the stench emanating from the pigsty in their vicinity, but lacked the courage to report the owners due to family ties. My colleague Judith Awuchetanda was with the team and reports owners are now being processed for court.
These are residential premises, and this is the pigsty. Less than 10 meters. You see, so this person will have problem. All of them here, they will feel the stench from this pigsty. And this pigsty have been there for some time now, which is not supposed to be there by our enactment or laws.
But have you issued any
yeah,
statement?
My people have been here several times. They issue several notices, notice upon notice on them. At time you come, you don't even see the owner. At time, by the time you come, they lock the gate. You cannot get access. And you can see how he was behaving there.
But he explained when he was having an argument with you that he has not received any notice,
no,
that they have not been told anything.
He's not telling the truth. We have issued notices upon notices to them.
But like over and fake ganjo jibo. Yeah, or be kejimoko. Kewa ke sandi name you wa. Boy boncholi. Sandi name you wa. Wo nye make bonoko.
Wo te onu sente.
Oh, sister. Sentene sando you one. Je no ko bibi. No anke ba ke nye make bonoko.
Well, one interesting thing we're realizing here is that a lot of people or a lot of residents are sort of living in fear because they are related to the owners, and so they are afraid to tell us what really is happening, or they're afraid to even report to the AMA or the police to do something about the situation. They've been living in fear for years now, over 30 good years. There are rearing pigs here and the stench is very bad. How does that make you feel as you're selling banku right by?
My sister, or no, any kunu for me, or can be good and you.
Just there be more complaints, but in female.
Yeah, my complaint, but on country.
Now, customers, now, how do they feel? It affects your mom?
I'm sure, yes. It affects your mom.
It's a self-pay government here, I mean, for about
and what may be on one, yeah, pay.
Okay. So Anti-Trust is telling us that they have been complaining for a while now, but nothing is being done because they are sort of related to the owners of this place. And this is affecting their business. Their customers complain of the stench when they buy their banku to eat. And so she's praying that the AMA could do something.
We are going to court to take an order to close down the pigsty, or they should relocate to a new place. A food premises. And look at where they are preparing food for sale to the public. This seriously compromises food safety laws.
So this is a food premises?
Yeah, this is a food premises. You can see this is stew for water or something. Look at the ground. The ground is not cemented. Look at those detrimental articles there, the foul droppings. And this is the fire or the oven. And look at the roof.
Ghana doesn't yet have a female team for Rugby League, one of the world's most followed sports. In Nima, a Zongo suburb in Accra, young Muslim girls are hoping to be part of the first players to make it into a female rugby team to be formed. In a largely conservative community where females face several hurdles pursuing a career in sports, their journey is one of hope and uncertainty. Joy News' Justice Bedu went to meet them.
Out! Scrum! Set!
Girls, hijab, and rugby. Quite an unusual mix. But here in Nima, these players are the poster girls for a future female rugby team in Ghana. This is a red earth park at Kaukudi Junction in one of Ghana's largest Muslim suburbs.
I'm Ida Amino. I was born at Mamobi.
Last try.
Ida Amino, 22 years old, lives in the slum and wants to make it into Ghana's first national rugby team for women. She studied catering in school and is unemployed now, but she is a talented rugby player.
Rugby is a nice game for my community. Muslims, when they see you going to training, where are you going? They see you, as a lady, you have to be at home helping mother or doing some house chores, but you are saying you are going to church. What are you going to do? Like, so, and I said, they will say, sports in Africa, like Ghana here, won't take you to anywhere. So my friend, just stop and find yourself doing something.
Knock on, green ball.
Rugby is a very, very physical game to play, and in Ghana, the sport is not even very popular relatively. If you live in a place like Nima, the pitches to play on are not even available. And if you are a girl in a very, very conservative area like this, there are even more hurdles to leap if you want to get onto the big stage. Like her, many girls in inner cities like Nima face a glass ceiling on their way up.
When I tell people that like I play rugby league, they'll be like, fresh girl like you are playing rugby. So your body be like, I'm very.
This team is barely a year old, but is already drawing many girls from far and near.
Turnover.
Rugby is a 15-a-side team sport.
Knock on. Turnover.
To score, a player must ground the ball behind an opponent's try line into what is called the in-goal area. Unlike football, it is played with both the hand and the leg.
A lot of the girls in the Zongo communities are already involved in one sporting activity or the other. We are looking forward to getting to the international level, but then we are taking baby steps. So we started with touch, we started with tag. Now we've been initiated into contact rugby, so we can play full contact games. So the next steps are to take coaching and officiating courses. Then we'll play more competitive, we'll recruit more ladies and play more competitively at club levels. Then we can proceed to form our own national team.
Like Ida, many of the girls in Nima hope to shatter the glass ceiling, hoping their baby steps here will be the needed springboard.
One, touch one.
Justice Beidou, Joy News, Nima.
That'll be all for the AM News. Up next, we're bringing you the news review. Stay tuned in.